I'll give the floor to the distinguished representative of the State of Palestine, who has 7 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Madam Commissioner, for your report and briefing. Dear colleagues, how do you think Israel's occupation of our land and life has been going for decades? By the niceties of the colonizer and tolerance of the occupier? Israel has put in place an oppressive regime to ensure every human right of ours is violated. Our freedoms are suppressed, our dehumanization is normalized, and our independence is forever delayed and denied. That we as a nation deserve its occupation, imprisonment, and inhumane treatment, making some form an automatic assumption that the Palestinians, particularly prisoners and detainees, must have done something wrong they are punished or detained for. We are a nation held captive, and Israel's policy of mass detention and imprisonment is a widespread policy of systematic abuse, physical, psychological, and sexual violence. Torture and death in detention are not isolated incidents. They are intentional policy implemented as part of Israel's occupation. Dear colleagues, nobody knows Israel's occupation like we do. We know its oppression, cruelty, and injustice. Yet, the most painful injustice and oppression we experience is when we see this brutal occupation is shielded and protected, and its crimes against us are defended, justified, excused, enabled, disregarded, underestimated, prolonged, and repeated. I take this opportunity to thank states and nations who remained truthful to their human and moral values and to the universal legal principles that govern our international law-based order. We are grateful to you for your support for our rights to freedom and self-determination. If there is anything that keeps our hope in this international system alive, it's your solidarity and your firm stances towards justice and accountability. Dear colleagues, we take the floor and we are not naive and fully aware of the political alliances in this world. But shouldn't there be a limit to this blind support and double standards, especially when Israel is no longer hiding its intentions? That is, unlawful occupation is now taking the shape of the crime of genocide. The entire world now sees what Israel's so-called right to revenge and collective punishment looks like. Yet, our efforts at the UN Security Council are blocked. Our demands at the ICC are obstructed. Our efforts at the ICJ led to threats and sanctions, and Israel is not held accountable for its war crimes and crimes against humanity. When Israel is not punished for its occupation, then for its annexation, then for its war crimes and crimes against humanity, then why should it stop from committing a genocide? Especially as the Israeli government seems to truly believe they can get rid of all of us at once by creating the coercive environment on the ground to accomplish our ethnic cleansing. Dear colleagues, lastly, for the few who are not comfortable with the open-ended mandate of the COI, I ask if they are willing to tell us why this unlawful occupation, when will this unlawful occupation will end? For the few who think these reports and other UN reports are singling out Israel, well, Israel's representative shredded both the Human Rights Report and the UN Charter on the GA podium in front of all of you, and his government has been acting accordingly, attacking every institution and every fundamental rule that lies at the heart of the international law-based order. There is no one isolating Israel as much as the Israeli government does, as much as Netanyahu, Smotrich, and Ben-Gvir do. What singles out Israel are its own actions and the immunity it enjoys for them. Dear colleagues, no country can now claim it did not know about Israel's intentions. Know that Israel was going to commit mass killing of Palestinian innocent civilians, mass forced displacement, and use starvation as a weapon of war, inflict maximum destruction of every aspect of our life in the Gaza Strip, and continue advancing its colonization in the West Bank, including East Jerusalem. Now you are either a witness of our genocide, a complicit in it, or you choose to act to stop it. Thank you.